Okay, so I'm going to point out the fact that I'm starting with this screen right away. First of all, everyone, welcome back to Planescape Torment. Right as I started loading, my microphone messed up, and then my game messed up, and all kinds of things happened. I actually recorded the entirety of episodes 38, 39, and 40, and all of them had Wi-Fi issues, which caused blips in the recording, and I had to go back and redo them. So, let me just make sure we are where we want to be. Okay, good. Now to just switch this over. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Planescape Torment, episode 38. Yes, okay. So, we're just gonna make fast tracks to none other than Ravel Puzzlewell herself. Now, these guys coming out of the black brambles that surround us, I've actually leveled up enough that these guys are no problem. So long as I remember to attack them. Jeez. Still don't want them surrounding us all at once.
See that?
And I'm actually going to want to hold on to my magic for a while longer. Alright, let's go this way. Now, when I recorded for this instance last time, the interaction with Ravel does take a very, very long time. Normally, I'd be one to hound for experience, but considering I can just grind in the Modron Cube whenever I want, let us go speak with none other than the Grey Witch herself. Hoping yep, here we go. And here she is. The plump, hook-nosed crone before you doesn't look... Let me make sure I've got everything set. Okay. Okay, the sound is recording and everything's recording. Good. Because Ravel's voice is very difficult for me to do. And she actually does have speaking lines, which makes this part a little bit easier. The plump, hook-nosed crone before you doesn't look much like a myth. She's outfitted in a simple, if dirty, brown shirt and leggings with a number of pouches hanging from her frayed belt. She seems oblivious to your presence, but more concerned with the tangled black roots woven together that form the floor of the maze than anything transpiring around her. A tangle of jagged gray hair juts from beneath the crone's gray roots. Sickly blue-gray flesh hangs in the loose folds from her face, her narrow chin long and sharp, just forward in an extreme underbite. The two filthy yellow canines protrude from her lower jaw like small tusks. Now, if you try to attack her, at my level, I actually will succeed in killing her. However, I will also get a permanent game over for doing so, because I need information from her. So, we can't attack her yet. Yet. Ravel? The crone's voice is thick and scratchy, as if trying to force its way past layers of dust. Her eyes are a dull, bloody red, with black veins running through them like tree branches. As she gazes at you, a strange crawling sensation passes through you, like snakes burrowing beneath your skin. Greetings, Ravel.
Oh no, my pretty. Returned at last? You were gone so long. I fear you forgot poor lone Ravel.
How could I forget you, Ravel? I missed you, but you hid yourself in a place that was difficult for me to reach. Come now, did you not wish my company? Ah! Ravel's yellow smile widens, peeling back the folds of her skin, and she cackles softly. Such sweet words! You already are knowing the answer of your asking, my precious man. I scattered clues like caltrops, and these were my means of guiding you to my garden. I feared it was you who had forgotten I assure you I did no such thing. I've returned to you at last. Have you? But what has returned? She squints at you, with her black-veined eyes, and hisses softly. Let Ravel see how you've fared in this life. She reaches out as if to caress you, then suddenly notice her fingers are like talons, each fingernail filthy and wickedly sharp. Let her touch you. Her ragged talons trace their way across your skin, and in their wake you feel the same strange tingling sensation you felt when Ravel first looked at you. Her eyes dim somewhat, and her talons slide gently along the contours of your face, lingering on your scars. Wait. If I were to reach out for her, this would go very badly. Ravel's finger withdraws, and she looks at you sadly. Oh, sad, sad, broken half thing, all the pieces. She squints at you again. No longer the one Ravel knew, are you? Are you still a broken after all this sad, sad time? Broken? What do you mean? A body you possess, but a body of knowledge you do not? She points Ragatalon at her chest to your scars. Many and such scars you have, all scrawled on your skin. Many tales does your skin tell. What tales does my skin tell? Your scars and tattoos shout to me. Here is a man in confrontation with the world. Ravel makes a crooning noise, not unlike a dying bird. Yes, such tales as would shrivel even a hag's ears. Tell me these tales. I would know them. The tales are many. They echo a imbalance, trials of war, battles with fiendish elements, and a creature that feeds on others from afar to sustain itself, and of torments. Such torments the flesh has never known. Now I have to ask about everything before I can continue, so strap yourselves in, folks. We're in for a long episode here. Balanced and balanced. Divided in two you were, when your mortality was peeled from you, no longer balanced, much broken in separation, both a blessing and a mistake, but more mistake than blessing, Ravel thinks. You took my mortality. How? Forgotten the how of it, I have. Have I? Her gaze dims for a moment, the black veins swimming in her eyes. And even if I remembered it, I would never do it twice. Not forgotten the moment, have I? After the break, a seeing of pain stream in your veins, your cries like a wailing child, every bit of your being filled with emptiness, terrible even for these eyes. So, that's why I feel hollow inside? Because my mortality is gone? Very well. What other tales my skin tells? Trials of war. Great, great trials of war. Much too much to be borne by any mortal thing. What war? Where? This war touches all precious half-man. There is no place where its caress is not felt. Did it touch you? To this, Ravel says, I. That would explain the scars. What are these other tales my skin tells? Battle with fiendish elements. Two fiends butt heads. Ravel sniffs his own. Their tiny heads filled with ideas of how the planes should be, but never be. All the planes would be no longer. Such foolishness. I'm not certain I understand. And a creature that feeds on others from afar. Nor base hungers do you feel, but far, far more terrible ones boil beneath your skin, and such a cost. So what do you mean? I know not. Not? Not the nature, nor the cause of these hungers, but heed this. Coming events cast their shadows before them, my precious half-man. There is no saying of what these events will be, not even with Ravel's eyes. Very well. And these torments, what are these torments you speak of? Almost like the game is named after them or something.
Updated my journal.
A lodestone pulls iron to it, and so do you, my precious half-man. But it is not iron, not tormented souls. As others suffer, they are drawn to you. And your path becomes theirs. She makes a sweeping gesture. Do you not see them in the eyes that of those that have traveled here with you? My companions. What do you mean? Do you wish to explain? Gith! Ravel throws a burning glance at Dagon, tempered with a fang smile. Vows may prove tighter than any chain, no? The manacles of a race once enslaved, now a slave again. Dagon is silent, but his blade shifts at Ravel's words. The blade darkens, the edge sharpening until the crack itself can carry a horrible malevolence with it. Watch your words, Ravel. A cog box! Ravel's gaze drifts to Nordham. Once it knew only suffering's definition, but now it feels its sting. There is no room for two in a world of ones and zeros. No place for mayhap in a house of trues and falses, and no green with envy in a black and white world. When it discovers how the planes turn, when it discovers the truth behind loyalty and illogic, more torments will it know. Ravel, leave my companions alone. I have quest. The chattering skull! Doesn't bother her to even look at Mort, as if he is beneath her notice. Are the quips enough of a shield for what lies buried inside your brain box? Why speak truth when lies suffice? Mort? What do you mean, Ravel? Abyssal temptress. Ravel sneers, her yellowed fangs piercing her purple lips as she squints at fall from grace. A skin so fair, lips so rich, eyes that might cause you to forget Ravel herself, and yet she suffers more than any other. When one turns on their nature, many are the torments that arise from such a betrayal. Ravel, I have come to terms with my— You lie, succubus! You lie! Do not dare lie to me when the heart is a book to me. Every word you spit screams of your torment. Have a care with your words, Ravel. Enough of this. Ah! Gestures to Anna as if she was on sale for upon an auction block. Look upon the feisty tiefling. Such fiery hair and voice. Ravel smiles, baring her rows of yellow teeth. Shall I speak of your torment, tiefling? Anna seems paralyzed, her eyes wide as Ravel turns her black-veined gaze on her. You can see her trembling and her heart beating fast. No, no, I shall not speak of it. She drops almost in exhaustion. The smile fades from her face. Grown tired of cruelties and torments, Ravel has. The world is a jagged enough place. She turns to you, her bloody eyes dimmed, and she sighs. My precious, precious half-man, for you, the greatest torment of all, life forevermore. Can it be life a cares for you as Ravel does? She gnashes her yellow tusks with a horrid clacking sound. One so brave, so passionate, so terribly lost. Sad, sad. Ravel, why did you make me immortal? I must know. A puzzle of bone and skin were you, always intriguing, and the most beloved of all who came to me, petitioning, requesting, pleasing, pleading for help. Ravel stares hard at you, her black veined umber eyes narrowing. So hard to see you past the skies to dig up the man who once was underneath. Tell me anything about who I once was. A shadow with substance, a seeking that which cast the light. I know more and know. No? Pauses surprised at me. No more than I, the nature of any man. Crossed paths with have we, a man tainted with undeath, still feeling the pangs of separation, and an withered old crone, now all imprisoned. Crossed paths. Seems it that we are not a meeting for the first time? No, not? Revel seems confused for a moment, then shudders as if throwing off weight. Not at all. An echo of a future meeting this is, or a past meeting, depending on which way time is facing. So this meeting echoes a meeting in the past. The now and then, very similar. So tangled the now and then is, both mirrored in each other, once and again. You come afore me with a problem, to challenge me for a solution, to an impossibility, my beautiful, ungrateful, beloved man. What was this impossibility I asked you to solve? Ravel doesn't seem to have heard you. She still seems to be in the past, for her eyes dim as if looking far away. Such fire in your eyes, enough to stir a grey lady's heart, passion to be free. But when freed, the fire in your eyes guttered out. With the separation, your life has shed all meaning, I fear. Ravel smiles with her yellow fangs. Mayhap you should sit on your hind legs and limp on your forepaws. Mayhap Ravel will give you another scrap of knowing. I'm begging you will. If begging will bring me answers, then I beg you, Ravel. Tell me what I know. I need your help in remembering what happened. Ah, a gentled heart now? Ravel's black veined eyes glint and the corner of her mouth twists upwards like a snake. Has life softened you? Ah, but one can hope. Ravel, I have many questions I wish to ask you. Oh, more questions do you have? But there's an edge to it, as if she is reprimanding you. Your eyes already ask so many questions. Ravel's black veined eyes take on a curious gleam. The time for my questions is now, Half-Man. Very well, Ravel. Ask your questions. Know this and know Ravel's law. If you do not answer my questions, no more of your questions will I answer. My precious man, step lightly with the answers, or the asking shall tear you apart. Oh, I'm actually making good progress here. Last time this took a lot longer. Understood. Ask your questions, Ravel. I would know why you traveled with these others. No, not the place they were traveling to. Because I like these guys and they make the best teammates I've had so far. They chose to walk this path with me. Not a lie, I offered it to them and they said yes. Chose? Ah, dangerous word. Is it so? Uh, yes. Sorry. I just carry a thing of water with me everywhere I go because, I mean, how else would I sound this? Awesome. Yes? Yes, Ravel throws a black and veined glaze at that. A black veined glance at Dagon. Bleh. Her voice like an arrow. Is it choice? Yes. Is it? Or is it a matter of two skies? Dagon's blade bleeds into a vicious, dead black, mirroring his eyes, and to your surprise, the crack edge silently splits into jagged fangs. Ravel, leave him be. I will answer your questions, not them. What of the cog box? Returns to Nordham, staring. What does it know of choice? She snaps her fingers, and they sound like cracking bone. There is only obey and obey. Hmm? Query. What does Nordham define choice? Choice? Define choice, the act of choosing, selection, the right or opportunity to choose. Nordham, stop. This is between Ravel and I. Look, Ravel. Skull, 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 skull. Ravel clicks her tongue after each word. Her smile widens. Your expression is difficult to read without the skin wrapping, but I feel your fear from here. Coming here was not your choice. Oh, Mort still has his armor on. Well, lady, I didn't have anything better to do except go. Well, I didn't have anything better to do except go to one of the ladies' mazes and meet one of the evilest creatures ever to set foot in Sigil. So I said, sure, why not? More, be quiet, Ravel. Be quiet! Like the hells I will. I think we've listened to this crone rattle a bone box enough, and now she's got a pass. Don't saying I haven't got any skin. So what if I don't? Obviously, the fact she has skin does wonders for her looks. I think I like being naked. Does she think I like being naked all the time? And another thing, Mort, cut it out. Ravel, look, the succubus. Squints. Did she have a choice? Mayhap in a smooth-skinned mind of soft silks and hard truths, maybe choice. But no, a sensate must experience all, and to refuse to come, not a sensate would you be. Still, no choice. Ravel, enough of this. The tiefling, the fiery one. No choice at all. When you feel instead of think, there's little room for choice. Anna makes no response. Ravel's mere presence seems to have silenced her. Her tail has stopped flicking, however, and her eyes have lost her hard edge. Enough of this, Ravel. What other questions did you have? Shh. There will be time enough for you to speak, my precious man. She's telling against one of her yellow tusks. The question next. What do you feel for these who've come with you? Do they matter in your heart? She smiles, black veins dancing eyes. Or are they tools for your will? Truth is, they matter to me. Tools, only nothing more. My companions matter between them and I. Truth, they do matter to me. Even the Gith? Sighs falls on Dakon, then slides to lock your eyes again. Speak what he means to you, and say it true, or blanketing my garden will he be. He is my ally. I know him. He is my friend. That is how I feel about him. Ah. Once again, her talons tapping against each other. Does that surprise you? Now you'll remember there are things about my party members that I do need to learn, but that's what this whole conversation is about. What of the skull? Surely he matters not to one such as you, or does he? I like him. He is my friend. Curious, curious her. Quite the puzzle box you are shaping to be. What else lurks in the dark places of your mind? I hide nothing. Ah. Evel turns on a threatening weight, and she turns to fall from grace, her red eyes blazing. And here is the core of it, the abyssal temptress. Does she rise above the mere carnal for you, or is she something else in your eye? There's nothing. She seems to be studying Ravel intently. You are suddenly struck with the feeling that Grace is sizing up Ravel for weaknesses. Speak, precious man, but have a care for the words you say. I like her. She has many good qualities. I consider her a friend. Also truth. Enough with the games, Ravel. Look. And what of this slip of flesh? She says, facing Anna. The fiendling, the tiefling with the scarlet hair and the fiery passion. What is she to you, my precious man? You want to answer honestly, but you also don't want to tick her off. Oh, the heck with it. I could fall in love with her. Ava glances at Anna, then snorts, her black faint eyes gleaming. So be it. Now, if you said I could fall for Grace and I could fall for Anna, then she will bring up a question of like, how can you fall for them and me? She's like, these games, Ravel, look. The next question is, Ravel's voice drops, almost whispering, and suddenly you have a strange feeling you don't want to hear the answer. Why did you wait so long to return to me? Ravel grew lonely without you, precious man. The way to this place is difficult, Ravel. Is the way so hard? Smiles on the corner of her mouth. Then your visit is precious, and I give thanks. Have you another question for me? Ah, yes, the third and last question is this. As Ravel opens her mouth. Yeah, sorry. I need water. Opens her mouth to speak her final question. You suddenly realize. Realize? You suddenly are gripped with the terrible realization that this final question has murdered many others to whom it has been asked. You know what it is, and you have a feeling welling up within you, and you are compelled to ask it. What can change the nature of a man?
In knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
What nature of a man?
I see you have not forgotten, Ravel smiles, her yellow fangs gleaming. What is your answer? See, there are a lot of answers to this. To answer that question, nothing can change the nature of a man, Ravel. The planes, success, suffering, age, regret, death, betrayal, greed, power, hatred, love. See, there are already so many answers, and we actually do have an answer to this question, but it is not among our options. It's an answer that we will get later on once we have returned to Sigil. So for now, I answer honestly, I don't know. And that is your answer. The veins in Ravel's eyes begin to shift slightly, and she gives an evil smile. Be certain before you say. May not be your answer. but it is my answer.
And that is all I wished for, my precious man.
Ravel smile relaxes.
A simple answer, and in the end, many are the men have I laid low while they sought my answer.
That's it?
I thought, countless times has the question been asked, and not once did the pathetic shells who came afore me answered their answer, but always sought to creep inside my mind and find what I thought. There's no truth in that.
I don't believe you. In fact, I don't think they ever could have answered you true, even if it was true to them. Answered you true, even if it was true to them. Rebel falls suddenly, strangely silent. She's watching you warily. You never cared about any answer other than mine ever, did you? Did you still ask the question, knowing that no matter what the answer they gave, they would die by your hand?
Updated my journal.
Of course, your answer is the only one I sought, for you are the only reason I asked the question. Did you ever think I cared for them? Did you think I even cared a fraction of the amount for them that I cared for you, my precious man? Answer me that.
I'm through with your questions, Ravel. Now you will answer mine.
Of course. Ever questions, ever questions.
Why did you make me immortal, Ravel? I had some questions about you, Ravel. We already asked this. She did it because he asked. Some questions of you, Ravel.
Yes. Ask your questions about Ravel, my precious man.
Ooh. See, from here, this is a route that I could not pursue on my first playthrough, because I was playing as a fighter, not a mage. So we already know that she was imprisoned because she caused trouble in Sigil, and that this is her maze. So we already know the answers to these two. This one we do have something of an answer for. We already kind of know, as she is a night hag that's caused a lot of trouble. Legends claim you are a powerful mage, Ravel. Can you teach me some of the art? Ravel frowns disapprovingly, her bluish skin twisting like a rag.
Does Ravel know the art? Is your mind gone away of the mortality, a thing all up and lost? I have forgotten more of the art than you shall.
She jabs you.
Than you shall ever know.
Can you teach me some of the art then? Ravel narrows her black-veined eyes, studying you.
Mayhap I could be persuaded by one such as you, though any other would not have a chance nor the boon I offer. Are you a rudimentary student in the arts, or am I facing a tried, true, master?
I'm a rudimentary student. Okay. I seem to be alternately complimented and ridiculed for my efforts. I really couldn't say. I never knew this option existed. I'm gonna go with it.
You are one who creeps along the middle path when speaking to others, I see. Such a path lacks conviction. I'd guess you are a fledgling mage, but you have a branching of potential that has yet to grow. I'll give you this. Shh. Close your eyes and listen.
As you close your eyes and listen, a tremor passes through you, as if barbed snakes were burrowing beneath your flesh. When your eyes open, within your palm is a strange black barbed seed. You have no idea how it got there. Ravel is watching you carefully.
Take the seed. Learn from it.
Very well. I had other questions for you, Ravel.
Yes? Ask your questions about Ravel, my precious man.
Oh, did I screw that up? My immortality. Oh, I screwed that up. Darn it.
It's what you wanted, seedling. And you asked so sweetly. How could Ravel say no to one such as you? Immortality was your solution and your challenge to me.
My solution, but why?
I don't know, seedling. Time has chipped away at my memories as well, it would seem. Seem? If you remember, tell me. I'm a curious myself. It must have been something important. Isn't it in the nature of a man to want to live forever?
Only if what lies on the other path carries greater pain. Ravel, this is important. Do you have any idea why I asked you to do it?
Death was a thing you needed to dodge. An easy thing to say, mishap, but to do, it is not. Immortality, even with its flaws, was the best solution this withered mind could untangle.
Yet.
Lead is not easily a change to gold, but it is possible, though thought the unwise. Unwise? Ravel, if water can be drawn from blood, mortality can be taken from a mortal, peeled back like a sticky film.
So you pulled it off.
The gulf between man and unman is great. You traveled the distance. I provided the means, but you crossed on your own.
Slaps her head and rakes her hand through her hair.
Bad Ravel! Mortals are too flawed to be made to last. They break. Still they must be dragged kicking and screaming into an unhealthy new mold.
Unhealthy. So the ritual was flawed.
Shortcuts must be made, and they can break the molded. For it is not always the mold that breaks, but the substance poured within it. Force something into a shape it was not meant to be, and it breaks. I thought the material was of stronger stuff, but you appear to have been broken.
But I am immortal. Surely that was a success.
You have survived long, Immortal One, but you have become the prey of a creature that is life.
She cups her hands, then reverses it, forming a canopy with her hands.
The body is but a hut for the soul. But now no one dwells in your hut.
What went wrong with the ritual?
Puzzle fleshed, broken, beautiful, beautiful mortal man. The ritual was not a finished thing.
Ravel's brows wrinkle, and her talons pick at her hair, tugging at a long strand.
The ritual gave you what you wanted.
But?
The ritual gave you what you wanted, but great were the costs. The casting of shadows, the quiet, violent deaths of the mind, and the pain-taking emptiness. These things are dangerous in such a fragile vessel. No matter how strong a man, regret them, and the ritual do I.
Casting of shadows.
Ungrateful shades, but ungrateful without cause? The shades, they hate you, Nameless One. For they are fathered by you, your children, once forsaken. They will not forgive. They will do everything they can to destroy the parent. Such is the way of children.
How do I father these shadows? We've seen them before, actually. They follow me in the city. And there they are. Dad? Sorry. I'm not good with tense situations like this. But they know I'm here.
You cast shadows on existence, Nameless One. With every death, a shadow arises fresh from the fields of your flesh. They wander for a time, but always they return, looking to murder their parent. Such is the way of many offspring. And thankless young men such as yourself.
Tell me more about the ritual. Quiet, violent death of the mind.
1,000 deaths, and you recover from each. Not so with the mind. The mind is much more fragile. Its scars run deep and do not heal. The brain is encased in a hard bone shell, difficult to breach, but with no defense against that which eats at it from within.
Tell me more about the ritual. Painstaking emptiness.
You have a hole where your mortality once lay, like within your shell.
Takes a hand, fist, and shakes it.
Rattle, rattle goes the hollow man, a baby's plaything with naught but a tiny stone that clatters and clacks in your frame.
Tell me more about the ritual. Again, I have to ask every option and then here. Despite the problems, it seems like the ritual
Updated my journal.
Do you doubt, Ravel? Of course I delivered on what was promised. On what was promised. Not long after the spell drew to a close, I killed you to see if it had worked. You struggled so, but I kept my grip tight and watched you die the first of many deaths. That was when I learned of its flaws.
What flaws? Oops.
Ego enwraps us like a prison. Forgot I did that it oft-times serves as a shield. My pretty, pretty thing, there is much wisdom and understanding in the truth that life is preparation for the ultimate goal, death. Our life is a means by which we learn how to die. If we forget such things.
So that's when you discovered I lost my memories when I died.
Yes, unfortunate. But without the mortality to hold up such memories tight, the shell the body is.
So you took my mortality from me. Is it still intact? Havel seems surprised and alarmed.
Yes, yes, yes! Fear not for a broken mortality. If you are here are talking to me, intact your mortality must be. Such a thing cannot not not be destroyed. As long as you exist, you are an anchor of your mortal soul. As long as you are intact, so shall it be. Made to last are you.
Havel smiles through a wheezing laugh.
For life has swallowed you and spit you out.
Swallowed him, but I don't know if he came out at that end. Enough of this. Look, Ravel, you took my mortality from me, and it has caused more harm than good. I would take it back now. You have it. Had it overlong, I think.
Ah, you make a demand.
Sharpened twist, taking disturbing awareness, and she bears the yellow fangs.
No, no, no. That, Ravel, I will not do. What is undone cannot be done.
Have your games. I'm not playing with you any longer. Give me back more mortality, or I shall kill you. Why not?
Ravel cannot give such a thing to you, my precious half-man, for Ravel has nothing to give. I've never possessed you or your mortality, though I wish to keep them both in my garden as selfish affection's keepsakes. Trace patterns in your flesh, but such things Ravel could not bring herself to do. You loved him? You loved him, you did.
Gives a low white smile.
Is it hard for you to believe, fiendling? Does Ravel being Ravel, and thus a myth, not deserve to carry such a feeling in her black brambled heart? No creature is undeserving of such a feeling, Ravel. The histories do not paint you as such. Paint.
Bleh! Grace is the intelligent one. Why is she messing up on English? Here we go.
No creature is undeserving of such a feeling, Ravel. The histories do not paint such a compassionate picture of you, however. Tss. Past is past, and histories care little for speaking the truth of it.
Ravel frowns, then her voice drops slightly, threateningly, as she studies Grace.
The feeling brushed me, yes, and now hold your silver tongue, abyssal daughter. I need not your soft words to cloud the air here. The man and I shall speak, and you shall bow out of this. I shall attend to you shortly.
Enough, Ravel. If you don't have my mortality, where is it?
I don't know, sweet thing, but if I were you, I'd get it back quick. No telling what horrible things someone could do to you if they held your mortality for ransom. It would be like holding someone's sweet, succulent soul. A puppet dancing on someone's strings, would you be? And a most sad puppet, too. Too? Know where it is. I do not.
You say you don't know where my mortality is, but you know someone who does know where my mortality is. Ravel smiles horridly, her tusks gleaming.
Clever, clever, clever you are. Yes, there is another who might know the things that Ravel does not.
Another may know. Who? His eyes dim, as if she is staring at something in the distance, and her voice slows.
A fair-skinned one, must you ask? An angel, a deva, one who soars on the wings of morning, and with his hands is the architect of horizons. He lies beyond my keeping, in another cage, in another prison. In his knowing is the knowing of what you wish to know. Ask him your questions. Listen to his answers. Use them as guides.
Where can I find this angel?
Updated my journal.
In leaving this prison to another cursed prison you will arrive. Though it may not appear as such to casual glances, step lightly to find a golden link in the ever-shortening chain. The light shall give you dark of the matter, new paths shall open to you.
Delightfully cryptic, though not surprising. Thanks.
Of the past I am not held to particulars. You are fortunate to receive anything, O caustic one.
Or am I? I'm just the chain who knows what and where they are never seems to be. Okay. It's just that the chain of who knows what and where they are never seems to have a smooth series of links.
Ah, and that is why you must keep each link safe, for if they are not smooth now, imagine what the chain will be like when more links shatter. Time and death are not as patient with others as they are with you.
Better not have been a threat. What are you saying?
What if one of your precious links was to die? And what if you forgot yourself again? What would you do then? Where would your stolen mortality be then? It would be lost forever. Well, there would be no one left to ask how to reach it. Tracing your path will become harder, mayhap impossible.
True enough. In the event I had other questions for you, Rabble.
Of course, ever the questions.
You Rabble. That is all the. Okay, thanks for the information you have given. Okay. Questions for you, Ravel. Oh, I can't ask her about being a mage again? I must leave now.
Hold! The most important question you have yet to ask, my precious man. Has it occurred to you yet?
Yes, I need to leave this place. Do you know the answer to this question?
I know the branchings of this place, the twistings and the bendings and the burrowings, though there are no leaves here. One may take leave when they wish it.
So you do know how to leave.
Wrap your hands around you like branches. Make them encircle your chest like a cage. Step from the edge of the maze into the darkness, and into another cage your body shall go. A simple leaving, but there is no return when that final step is taken. So take heed, and take what you need before you step.
To the mages. Judges of the maze do I lead by?
Which a question posed to which? Which? One of the edges knows not I, the remembering which has failed me, and the edges of the maze have had little to say of the matter.
You've known how to leave all this time. Then why don't you leave?
Why stay when one can leave is your question to me. I turn the question upon its head and send it scurrying back to you. The answer lies not in the staying or the leaving, but in causes and reasons, my precious half-man.
You don't want to leave.
It is a want, a want's want, but not a now want, and a more and more a knotted want. What do I need that lies beyond the brambled walls? It is a cruel, jagged world beyond the edges of this maze, and Ravel has pulled enough of its shards from her skin.
Farewell, Ravel. I must bid you farewell. As soon as you are about to utter your farewell, you suddenly feel a crawling sensation in your skull and notice that Ravel's black-veined eyes have been on a strange predatory fire. You're not going to let me leave, are you, Ravel?
A perceptive question, yet it not the real question.
Some strange whisper, very sad, sends a faint echo through my.
Question is, do you wish to leave me, half-man?
Maze. So do I intend to leave? Yes. Should we chapter in this maze, Ravel? It is your home, not mine. I have to. It's important that I find out all I can about myself, and there's much more I need to know. There's a terrible shimmering in the air around you, Ravel, and the sound of snapping twigs and cracking tree limbs, the horrible sound of trees bending and splintering. Whoop. Ravel's lips peel. Oh, God. Back in her voice becomes shrill like a howling wind.
What do you know of knowing, half-man? Know this. You will stay here until the end days in my brambled garden, never to leave, and you shall love me as you were meant, as you promised.
Ravel, do not threaten me. I need to leave, but I shall return.
You shall not leave! I have the powers to keep you here, and I shall use it. My black-barbed maze shall not allow you to travel beyond it while I live, my precious, precious half-man.
I do not want to fight you. Don't do this. Allow me the passage. I shall return to visit you. You need not be alone in this place.
Return? Return? As you claimed you would so long ago? No, You shall not lie to Ravel twice! More than centuries will I wait for you.
His lips get peeled back and her talons grow into a fiendish claws.
Here in my garden you will stay, and a wander with the plains you will no longer.
Well, calm yourself. There's no need for this.
You have forgotten your place, half-man. Humility is in order.
We'll see.
Totem.
Which.
I feel
Portal detected. Portal detected.
Yeah, I know there's a portal over there, but I kind of screwed up getting to it.
Attend me, my pet.
Okay, so, I am going to pause the episode here. Thank you guys I'm going to stop this episode here. We've learned a lot, and there's going to be a lot more coming as we enter the next area. So thank you very much for attending this episode of Planescape Torment, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.